You're back. You'll love that sound. Yes, I'd like you to meet. You come alone. You're very brave. You've got something. You wanted to come. You wanted to see it. You wanted me to be a nobody. You're talking about you went undercover. You have a whole new identity. They'll change your lifestyle. You'll get a new number. Dead before you get there. They're not your typical everyday person. It wouldn't take you long to figure them out. How do you get somebody to say, "I'll talk"? I think you have to point out that the tools you have available enable you. Now you see the major changes within, that people are not only speaking about it, but writing books. You'd have the person who's caught in a jam, and that would have been you. You'd be out of plate glass window. It could be you. Pretty soon, you're filthy rich. If you see an unattended package or bag, if you or someone in your family has an accident, I'm ready to answer your question. I don't want to make you bridle. You have to compare every other figure. You'll have considerable evidence. You'll sit down with 5 or 6 of you. Do you immediately decide? You can't generalize. When you decide, who makes the decision? You can see the way it will literally envelope. You'll see the figures popping up. You have surveillance on the outside. You have protection on the inside. You like being the centre of attention. You like being the star of the show. Oh. You like living on the dark side. You're not ready, but you like pretending. Billions of you have watched me. If I said you could have this, it's because you don't really understand it. You've got some room. Put in something that really means something to you. Figures you can act on. Ways to make it grow. If it takes you through step by step, we'll give you... You want fluff? You were there about 2 years ago. Have you ever come close? You thought you liked it, and then they're going to tell you and all about it. Have you ever have threatening phone calls? If you've had no credit problems. Did you see them stuffing 20s in their pockets and not having enough room for it? If you take a long look in the garbage collection industry, let me ask you what happens. Where you stand. I'm not suggesting you can easily. However, you have to recognise they're doing it under the guise of representing you. You'll have to be careful, you know. Any place you have them long standing, you'll have it bad. I want to ask you how you feel about the passing of these guys. You have to have a look at what the prevailing community standards are. You can imagine keeping 3 or 4 million under your bed? How do you even get from where you were to where I am today? Your own guide. Everything. Did they say we wanted you to? I say, how well do you pay? We don't know. You don't know us. We'll know all about you before we do anything with you. Have you ever been, or are you now? Do you know anybody with him? Have you ever done any business? It's because you're looking like you've lied a lot. I'm not going too fast for you. You'll start receiving. See you later. When did you decide to keep it? What do you do with all your ill-gotten gains? Did you ever get assurance a sentence would be easy? You claim hundreds are scot-free. You're talking a lot more than you seem to think. You'll never say this, but you have to get them out. What was that story you told about the bird on the plane? Also, are you liable to get one of the nicer things that could happen to you? Do you have one? I mean, would you just die for it? You have to register. I can't give you anything but if you're pregnant, if you're a laid-off worker, if you're smoking. Oh, you're right. You weren't in it. If you get your phone call made, you're thrown in with a group of people who maybe don't like you. You devastate your family. If you realise this, you're going in. Ooh. The world stands still for you. If you don't get it straight, they'll tell you what to eat, when to go to bed. You do your time. They should let you. I'm ready to introduce you. Brought to you for half. I'll have to tell them you got me here. They might be tapping. Of the two people, if you were one and you did it, I'd be guilty. You should pay. You get years. Do all you can. Can you live with it? As our last recruit, you are responsible for maintaining our reputation with the public. Maybe you don't agree. Maybe you think you're innocent. You should talk to someone. The most exciting thing is coming to New York and getting in one of your cabs.